In this video, what do you do if your car starts like this? That's not right. So why is it doing that? Why is it so smoky? Once it's up and running, absolutely fine. But those first few minutes when it's this cold, we're currently hovering just above freezing. Very, very smoky, running very, very unevenly. There's a couple of reasons it could be. One is injectors. We have suspicions about injectors on this car. But once it's up to temperature, it's running absolutely lovely. The other thing is glow plugs. Now, finding them is a bit of a challenge on this rather crowded engine bay, but there's one. That down there is a glow plug. There's another one hiding just under there, I think. Can I get the camera on it? Yep, there we go. So you can see the loom going across to the other one just about there. And the glow plugs act as preheaters to warm the engine up and ensure good combustion takes place. Because on a diesel engine, what combusts the fuel is the compression of the air. The air gets squished to such a degree, really high compression ratio. When the piston comes up, the air gets super hot and that ignites the fuel under normal running. When the engine's cold, it's a bit harder to get that ignition going, which is why we heard the coughing, the spluttering, really struggling to get going on all cylinders. That suggests possibly one or two glow plugs have gone down, and contrary to popular belief, the HDi engine does actually use its glow plugs. I think there's a misunderstanding. I may have fallen victim of this myself, because the glow plug light on the dashboard, generally you don't see it, and then the temperature drops to below 5 degrees, and when you put the ignition on, you'll get the glow plug light come on and pretty quickly go out. But that doesn't mean the glow plugs have stopped preheating. Even on older engines, what tends to happen is glow plugs stay on. So when the engine fires up, it's still given that bit of help to keep it running. So a bit of a trick with older cars is wait for the light to go out, wait a bit longer, and then try starting the engine. If it's running sort of a bit lumpy, that might just allow it to build up a bit more heat. But glow plugs, like anything, they do wear out. They do go to high resistance, which means the resistance is not really lost in the plug itself. It already has so much resistance, the electricity isn't really getting through, it's not really getting hot. So that is something we're going to check for. What I would like to do here is test whether we're getting voltage to the glow plugs. On an older school diesel engine, every time you turn the ignition on, the glow plug relay will do its thing, and it'll apply about 45 seconds generally of glow plug action. The problem I have here is if this engine is warm, which it is because I've just driven up here, then it won't use the glow plugs. The ECU won't tell it to operate. Well, I've actually got the spark plug, the glow plug rather, out. So that wasn't too tricky at all. What I'm going to try and do is do a resistance test upon it. And again, we see what our meter is. Our meter's saying a resistance of 4. So if we touch the body, touch that, I'm getting no reading at all on my multimeter. It's just saying open circuit. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. Put out somewhere where you can see. Can you see it there? Let me try that. There we go. So we got one showing there, which is open circuit. Close the circuit. We get a reading of 0.04 through the prongs. If we check number 3 glow plug, we get a reading of 0.04. So pretty close. That's not much resistance in there by the look of it. Hold on, I've just lost the connection. Let's see if we can get it back. Yeah, there we go. 0.04, which is about the same as going directly there. It's the same level of resistance basically. If we check number 4 glow plug, the same way, I can't get a reading out of 4 at all, which would suggest it's gone all open circuit on us, I think. So I think 4 is probably a very dead glow plug. Well, there we go. I'm afraid I've taken the microphone off, but don't really need that perhaps. And I've got to the stage where all plugs are loose. I've had to remove this bracket here. Completely obscures everything, but not too difficult to get out. The injector electric loom is off to give access, and as you can see, you can actually get to all 4 fairly easily. This will be easier when this pipe was still soft. That is absolutely rock solid, which isn't very helpful. I can just get in past it to get on there. So ordered a set of spark plugs NGKs from E&M Motor Factors. They'll be ready to collect tomorrow. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy actual sunshine. She always looks good in direct sunlight. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I did check the resistance. Again, we've got one good, one utterly, completely dead, not getting a reading off it at all. So that's why she was running rough. She was only getting 2 preheats when she needed 4. It's a different day. It's a different hat. Because I'm wearing my Giselle hoodie, available from the Hubnut store, I thought I'd change to my orange hat. That's the colour Hubnut beanies now are. These are available 10 quid at the Hubnut store. We've still got some calendars left at £9. So yeah, if you'd like some lovely items, head to the Hubnut store. It helps us keep these videos going. Went into town, grabbed some NGK glow plugs. These were £12 each plus VAT. For those who don't live in the UK, VAT is your value added tax. What sort of value? And currently at 20%. So this ended up being £57 all in. But they look a lot cleaner than the ones that came out. So I'm going to whip these in and we'll see what a difference it makes. I'm slightly nervous. What if it makes no difference at all? We saw that 2 of the plugs appeared to be very dead. But is that the problem? Slightly nervous, but it's quite cold again today. It's currently about 4 degrees centigrade, so it's going to be a good test for the new glow plugs. Okay, I'm sitting on the floor because we're going to do a slightly dangerous, rather alarming experiment. This is what I believe is one of the good glow plugs, and we're connected up to the battery of the Berlingo at the moment. If I apply voltage, you can see the tip starts smoking and gets red hot. So that is a fully functioning glow plug. We'll put that down somewhere safe and let that cool down. This is what I believe is one of the bad ones. And if I connect this up in the same way, nothing happens at all. And we've got 2 that we're showing completely open circuit. So 2 that are completely dead. That is not going to help a diesel engine start. They need that bit of help when they first get going. Leave those 2 well away from each other to get them going in the morning. They just need that extra heat in the cylinder to help the diesel fuel combust. Even the compression of the air just isn't quite enough on its own. So that's what glow plugs are for. That's what one looks like when it's working. And yeah, when it's not working, nothing happens. That's 2 of them stone dead. Oh, here's another fun test we could do. That is the 12 volt feed for the glow plugs. I've earthed it to this bracket here. If we turn the ignition on, does it get hot? Ignition on. Oh yeah, it does. So there we go. Everything is working as it should be. Just hear the relay click and that's gone off again. So there we go. Interesting. You know, New Year's resolutions have been made when the torque wrench comes out. Settings wise, we're right down the bottom, so I don't know how we're doing for accuracy. 10 Newton meters is the book value for glow plugs, which, believe me, feels like absolutely nothing. It's just getting on the second one here, the most difficult one to access. Yeah, that's not very much at all. And I think one of the problems with glow plugs is people over torque them. When they came undone, they didn't feel like they'd been torqued up to a ridiculous degree, and that's because they hadn't. There we go. So that's it. I haven't put anything on the threads. I decided that was a bad idea. Need to take the tension off the torque wrench. Now we're done. I don't think they used anything from the factory, so I haven't used anything either. I think given the location, there's more chance of the copper grease just carbonizing and actually causing you more issues along the way. I never use any form of anti-seize on spark plugs either. You're meant to change spark plugs quite regularly, so if you do that, then hopefully you're not going to have an issue with seizing. Now need to put the little wiring loom back on all of the plugs. Got some new nuts for that as well, which is nice. Came as part of the kit. It's all a bit fiddly. We've got some fixed fuel lines around here. Just mildly getting in the way. Yet, I think getting in the way less than on the XUD, the old XUD engines. Bit of a pig to get at the glow plugs, oddly. Even though it's an older, more simple engine. Well, there we go. A last minute check to make sure all is well. Let's see if she starts. Just to prove I'm not fibbing, we should see the glow plug light come on because it's below 5 degrees. The coolant is cold. There we go. Do you see that little flash? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh dear. This looks like it wasn't the glow plugs. Right, I just sprayed a little of this cleaner up the intake. Let's see if that does anything. Yes. That's some induction noise. Still missing away. Intriguing. Unfortunately, I think I'm smoking poor Ellie out back here. Now she's up and running, sounds lovely. Oh yep, there's the smoke, even smoking Giselle out. Marvellous. So we are left with not many possibilities here. I've just checked all the leak off hoses. They still look like they passed muster. So is this, as we've suspected for a long time now, actually an injector fault? I'll welcome your input down in the comments, but yeah, I don't know what to do now. I was going to go home in Bella, but that is still rubbish. So thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I'll see you in a future video, I guess. Thanks for your support as ever. Thank you especially to the channel members and patrons, of whom there are many. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in a future video. Bye. That's not happy, is it?